What's up everyone? Today we're going to make pork and broccoli stir fry. When I first started this channel, I made a video on blanching vegetables. This stir fry is one of the many progressions you can do to elevate your vegetable cooking game. We're adding in tender pork, bell peppers for color, coated in a thick and flavorful sauce that makes a perfect balanced meal over steamed rice. Let's get to it. First, let's prepare our vegetables. We'll cut 2 cloves of garlic into slices. Next, we'll prepare the broccoli. We'll cut the broccoli into florets of fairly equal size. We do this so that all the broccoli cooks evenly. Cut through the stem, then gently tear the rest by hand. This helps prevent the florets from scattering everywhere and keeping your prep area a lot cleaner. Next, the bell peppers. We're going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. Here's my preferred way to cut them. First, cut the top and bottom parts of the pepper. Then with the pepper standing vertically, we'll cut the white part, called the placenta, that connects the seeds to the pepper walls. And there you have it. Bell pepper is ready to use with minimal mess from the seeds. You can cut the peppers however you like now. We'll repeat this method with the orange pepper. I'm using red and orange bell peppers here to give this dish an extra crunch, and its colors add the vibrancy to the presentation. I have here a pork loin chop, approximately 1 pound. We're going to cut the pork into thin strips, about half a centimeter thick. If you want to make the cutting easier, you can put the pork in the freezer for 30 to 60 minutes to firm up the pork prior to cutting. If you have any dietary restrictions to pork, you can definitely use other sources of protein like beef or chicken. This dish is heavily inspired by Made with Lao's recipe, which incorporates beef. They make great Chinese cooking videos, and I'll share their video in the description below. Once the pork is sliced, place it in the mixing bowl. Now let's make the pork marinade and sauce mixture. I like to do this at the same time to be more efficient and make cleanup a little easier, as I'll put all the dry ingredients first, followed by the liquids. For the pork marinade, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, pepper to taste, 1 tablespoon Shaoxing cooking wine, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, and 2 tablespoons of water. For the sauce mixture, add in a bowl 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon cornstarch, pepper to taste, 1 tablespoon Shaoxing cooking wine, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, 1 teaspoon dark soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of water. Give both the pork marinade and the sauce a good stir so everything is well combined. So as I mentioned before in my beef and mushroom stir fry video, baking soda is an effective technique to tenderize meat quickly, which is perfect for small pork pieces like this. If you want to avoid that, you can use a meat mallet to hammer and tenderize the meat instead. And that's the prep we need to do. Place everything near the cooking stove area. Stir frying goes pretty quick, so we need to have everything on hand at the ready. Fill the wok with water and let's get ready to cook. I'm using a carbon steel wok as my tool of choice here to do the cooking. It's ideal for stir frying to handle high temperature cooking, and is light in weight to toss and stir food quickly. Set the stove to high heat. As the water is boiling, add some salt and cooking oil to the wok. We're going to blanch our broccoli and bell peppers. Add them into the boiling water and let it blanch for 1 minute. This is a key step to give the broccoli a vibrant green and give the vegetables a little shine. Take it out and set aside in a bowl. Since we're going to put the vegetables back in the wok fairly quickly, there's no need to place them in ice water or cold water to slow down the cooking process. Drain the water from the wok and place it on the stove to evaporate any residual water. Keep the stove on high heat. We're going to add about a tablespoon or 2 of cooking oil to the pork marinade and mix it around. This is to help seal and retain its juices during the cooking process so it doesn't dry out. With the stove nice and hot, add about a tablespoon or 2 of cooking oil, stir it around, and add the pork to the pan. Make sure all the pork is touching the surface of the pan to create a nice sear on one side. Depending on your portions or size of your wok, you may need to do this in separate batches to get a really good sear on everything. After a minute, we'll add in the garlic and toss everything around for 30 seconds. You can see the pork has browned nicely. Add the vegetables back into the wok and mix everything around. Now take your sauce mixture and add it into the wok. I like to add the sauce around the edges of the wok so it runs down the hot sides and center, which lets it caramelize slightly and give that seared flavor. Continue stirring for 30 seconds so everything is coated evenly. So here you can check to see if the sauce is at your preferred consistency. I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of water to the wok to make it more saucy. The vegetables contain a lot of water, so you may not need to do this. Adjust to your liking. This is a judgment call you'll need to make. Continue to stir it around, turn off the heat, let's plate, and it's ready to serve. Just look at the portion size of this. This is such good value for the ingredients used, enough to feed a family and still have leftovers for tomorrow's lunch. I just love how colorful this looks. It's so glossy, and I'm going to add some sesame oil to finish the dish. Now it's time for the taste test over some steamed white rice. The pork is super tender. The marinade with the baking soda really did its job. And the bell peppers add this subtle sweetness and that satisfying bite. The broccoli still has a nice crunch. It's not mushy at all. Every bite just feels complete. Protein, veggies, flavor, and texture. Perfect over rice to soak up all that sauce. Honestly, this is the kind of dish you could eat on repeat and never get tired of. And there you have it. Pork and broccoli stir fry. Served over steamed rice, and you've got a balanced, satisfying meal. Give it a try and let me know in the comments how yours turned out. I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this recipe, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more delicious meals. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to extras like written recipes and bonus content, check out my Patreon. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.